How to replace the encoder card on the KEB F5 D and E housing drives. Before getting started, it is important to note that all electronic components are susceptible to damage from electrostatic discharge, or ESD, and it is strongly recommended to use proper ESD safe procedures, such as wearing an ESD wrist strap connected to ground when handling electronic components. This will minimize the possibility of damage from ESD. First, disconnect power to the drive, lock out the main supply, and allow the DC bus to discharge. Next, disconnect the encoder cable from the X3A, X3B terminals of the drive's encoder card. Depending on the type of encoder card, the cable connections will either be made with a sub-D plug or removable terminal strips. At this point, it would be a good idea to inspect the encoder cable for any signs of damage, wearing, or broken and missing pins. Replace the cable if necessary. Next, remove the keypad. Remove the encoder card cover by pulling it off the drive housing cover. Then, remove the encoder card's grounding bar screw. Gently bend the two retaining tabs that secure the encoder card outward, one at a time. It may be easiest to start by bending the left side tab outward, then pulling the left edge of the encoder card out slightly. With the left side of the card free, bend and hold the right side tab outward and gently pull the encoder card off the control pins using a slight back and forth rocking motion. Be very careful not to bend any of the control card pins in the process. Installation of the new card is the reverse. Position the encoder card as to align the control card pins to the corresponding sockets on the encoder card's header connector. Gently bend the right side retaining tab outward and carefully push the encoder card's header connector into the control card pins, making sure that each pin is aligned to the proper socket on the encoder card's header connector. Then push the left edge of the encoder card in, allowing the tab to move back into position, securing the left edge of the card. Check the connection of the encoder card to the control card by verifying that each control card pin is properly seated in its corresponding sockets in the encoder card header. Now reinstall the ground bar screw and carefully slide the encoder card cover over the encoder card, back into the drive housing cover, and reconnect the encoder cable to the X3A, X3B terminals of the drive's encoder card. Reinstall the keypad and restore power to the drive. The drive should now be ready for service. In the case that the encoder feedback type is being changed, for example the changing from incremental to NDAT, the drive error E.HYBC may be triggered. This indicates that the drive recognizes the feedback type has changed. Depending on the drive's software version, the error may clear itself, or it may need to be cleared manually. To clear the error manually via the keypad, access parameter 0.lf.26, press the function key. The current feedback type will be displayed. Press the Enter key to accomplish the feedback type. The display will show UPDTG and then return to NOP once the feedback type has been updated. The feedback type can also be updated through the background drive parameter EC.00. Contact KEB if assistance is needed.